about showing respect. So, when we show respect on Zoom, it can look like a bunch of different things. It can be how you are sitting in your chair. It could be making sure that you aren't talking while the teachers are talking. And it could also be just waiting to do certain things until after the meeting. So it can look like a lot of different things. So who should we respect on Zoom? We should respect ourselves on Zoom, the teachers, and your classmates. So what does that look like? The first picture here says, I will listen quietly. So we're listening with our screens, our videos turned off, our mute is turned on, and then you have the sound going on your computer so you can hear the teacher talk. Middle picture says, raise your hand to speak. So all morning we've been practicing on using that raise your hand button. So real quick, we're going to pause. Can you guys all show me that you know where your raise your hand button is? You're going to leave your video turned off. Nice job. I see that Zayden raised his hand. Xander, nice job. Aaron, nice job. Keela, nice job. Elias, nice job. Brackett and Sophia, you both know how to do it. Nice job. Okay. All right, back to the screen. We also want to make sure that we participate and be kind. And you guys are doing an awesome job of that. You guys are showing me that you can participate by using that raise your hand button, and that you're also being kind because you're not turning your video on or interrupting anyone. Okay. Next on the screen, this says camera is off, and it looks like this. So on your picture, you should see that your camera is turned off. Mute is on, and you can see that your screen next to your name has a little red microphone, and there's a line through it, and it's turned off. And then this picture over here says, I will be respectful of others. So you guys are continuing to show respect for each other. Respect also looks like this, making sure you're on time for your meeting. So making sure that you wake up when you're supposed to, so you don't miss out on your meeting. Make sure you wake up on time for your Zoom meeting, and also I will wait and eat after the meeting. So if you had breakfast this morning before your meeting, that's perfect. Or if you feel like you're getting hungry, we're going to wait until after our meeting. Or if you need to use the restroom, or if you just feel like you need to stand up and get your wiggles out, we're going to wait until after our meeting. Another part about showing respect, another way that we can show that is by changing your name on your screen. So instead of it saying 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 or anything like that, you just put your real name in there. And I'm looking through right now, and you guys did an awesome job. Okay, last screen before we do a couple of share outs, and then you guys can give me examples of how you can show respect. Okay, so we're going to be using that raise your hand button. So this first picture says, I will stay in my spot. So this one's super important, especially right now because your guys' videos are turned off. But a way that you can show respect is that even though we can't see you, we know that you're sitting in your chair, and we know that you're focusing on your screen and you're showing respect that way. The middle one says, I will wait and eat after our meeting. So we already talked about that one, but it's super important to make sure that when you're on your video, your job right now is to just listen and focus and participate when we ask. This last one says, I will pay attention the whole time. And there is a kind of a crossed out circle that has it over a picture of some toys. So we want to make sure that when you're in your meeting, even when your video's off, you're not playing with any toys in the back, you're not, watching any TV or anything like that. You're staying on your screen and you're focused. So I'm going to stop sharing But I want the screens, I want your videos to stay turned off. And what I would like for you guys to do is raise your hand if you would like to share one way that you can show respect while you're in a Zoom meeting. So if you would like to share, and I will let other teachers call on kids.
Aaron.
Aaron, you're, oh.
Be quiet.
To be quiet when you're on a meeting, right? And that one's not to sound like the teacher's being mean by saying that. It's just so if we're quiet, we can be able to hear other people in the meeting, because when we say bye at the end of our meetings, do you guys notice how loud it is when we all have our microphones on? That's why we need to make sure that we take turns. Thank you for sharing. Okay, raise your hand if you would like to share another way you can show respect. Xander.
Stay in your spot.
Stay in your spot. That was a good one. Yeah. Make sure that even when your camera's off, we know that you guys are super respectful and know how to follow the rules, that you're not up running around or being silly. You're at your meeting and you're doing your job, just like you would if you were at school. Thank you, Xander. Okay, let's hear from Sophia.
Sit down quietly.
Sit down quietly. That's a good one. Thank you, Sophia. Kieran?
Do what the teacher says.
Do what the teacher says. So that one's going to be a big one for when we have these Zoom meetings, Kieran, because a lot of these times it's just us talking to you like this. So if we miss instructions, we have to make sure that we're doing our very best to follow directions the first time, right? Thank you, Kieran.